1, 2, 3, 4. I shall not sleep and quiet at the tower. I shall not sleep and quiet at the tower. I shall not sleep and quiet at the tower.
Here at the Folger Shakespeare Library, we think that Shakespeare's for everyone, and we have a number of educational programs to that end. We have workshops for teachers and students here at the Folger.
This is Stephanie from St. Mary's Junior High. Let him have it.
Have I a tongue to doom my brother's death, and shall that tongue give pardon to a slave?
Yes! 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 Yes!
We have performance festivals which involve children from K through 12th grade.
Look you, isn't that so well done? Absolutely well done, if God did all.
And we have a website where we take materials that we've developed here at the Folger and disseminate them to teachers and students to make them a little less intimidated about Shakespeare.
Some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. Ha!
I think that elementary students are such in a mode of learning new words all the time that they don't get concerned about a word that they don't understand. And they start to revel in the sounds of the words and the rhythm of the words. They like words like rabbit sucker and boisterous and cudgel and peevish, words that Shakespeare apparently coined or at least wrote down for the first time in the English language. And they really enjoy them.
If you haven't slept a week, if you have ever laughed yourself in stitches, if you think that I am an eyesore, you are quoting Shakespeare!
Shakespeare is almost eternal. His vernacular can be understood even now, even after, 400 years.
I think that's great that he said it with no prompting from me.
Perhaps the most familiar feature of the Folger's educational outreach is the new Folger Library Shakespeare editions. These widely used, annotated volumes of Shakespeare's plays are many students' first introduction to Shakespeare in print.
We have what we call glosses, what other people call translations, definitions, commentary notes. They're on the page facing the text, rather than at the bottom of the page or at the back of the book. And people will say, because it's so easy to read in this edition, I will be a Shakespeare reader the rest of my life. So one can hope.
Research and education are not all that go on here at the Folger. You might also say the Folger Shakespeare Library is Capitol Hill's neighborhood playhouse. Whether in the library's Elizabethan theater or in its stately reading rooms and Great Hall, a wide assortment of performances, concerts, readings, and events are offered to the public throughout the year.
Good evening. You're in the 5th row.
The Folger Theater stages innovative dramatic productions in an intimate space reminiscent of the inyard theaters of Shakespeare's time.
We generally do 2 Shakespeare productions a year, and then a play that's inspired by Shakespeare or is some other part of the collection. A lot of our productions are fairly contemporary in their portrayal. We do like to make sure that the plays really speak to our own audiences today, really make that bridge between the past and the present.
It's a great place. It's got to be the best gig in town for an actor. The production values are so high. The Folger really has become one of the best regional theaters in the country, I believe. Just the setting, you've got all this beautiful wood and stone. You really feel like you're stepping back in time when you come into this place.
Once I'm gone, they think to strip me here at home, ruin me both ways. And I say to them, try it!
To be able to see a play in the theater and then walk in the Great Hall and see a first folio, see Shakespeare's work in print, and sort of feel the atmosphere of the Elizabethan time, I think is very exciting for people.
The sounds of that distant time are also preserved at the library in the programs of the Folger Consort. Its series of concerts, early opera, and musical dramas range from medieval works to the Baroque.
For a chamber music group such as the Folger Consort to have a home which is, on the one hand, one of the leading research institutions in an area which is very appropriate to what we do, but also a place that has a very active museum and public program is just a wonderful context for us to work in.
There are many pieces that we've performed over the years that are here at the Folger Library in their original sources as the only source for the music. And instead of publishing papers, we can play the music. And it's kind of a nice complementary activity.
The library's commitment to literature extends beyond the Renaissance through the Folger Poetry Series and the prestigious PEN/Faulkner Award for Fiction. From intimate readings within the library to educational programs that reach out into community classrooms, the Folger actively highlights accomplished writers of our time.
Through the years, we've had in our reading series many famous authors: Eudora Welty, Jamaica Kincaid, Seamus Heaney, William Kennedy. So we really do try to bring the best of contemporary writing to Washington to read at the Folger.
But there's no escaping the enduring interest in Shakespeare.
To be or not to be?
That is the question.
And so once a year on a Sunday in April, thousands of merrymakers come to the Folger to celebrate his birthday and pay tribute to his universal appeal.
Love, ah, love. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is winged Cupid painted blind.
I'm from Beijing, China. Shakespeare is the best representative of Western culture. He takes great joy, great pleasure in life. This attitude of optimistic humanism is very important, we think, to Chinese as well as other peoples.
Happy birthday to
you. Shakespeare has been a pull for audiences ever since the plays were written. We know that Shakespeare speaks to the whole world because there is no place in the world that Shakespeare isn't being performed, whether in English or whether in translation. In these plays is a world of expression.
Now is the month of May, and merry lots of play. Fa la 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 la, fa la 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 la. Say dee dee names and speak. Shall we play bally break? Fa la 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 la. Say dee dee names and speak. Shall we play bally break? Fa la 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 la.
The Folger is a busy place. Its programs and activities are made possible through endowment funds and the philanthropic support of government agencies, foundations, corporations, and, most importantly, generous individual donors. You can help support the Folger through membership. Become a friend of the Folger and experience all that this great library has to offer. Information about membership and other giving opportunities can be found throughout the library or online at www.folger.edu.
So good night unto you all. Give me your hands if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends.